going to practice a little bit of yoga together. So in practicing yoga, one thing that we do is we practice our breath and we also practice movement. So as we get started, what I'd like to do is have you come down to your mat. You can find your feet planted, so the tops of your feet on your mat here, and then just simply start to sit over them. We'll begin with what I call bunny breath. So imagine that you are a little bunny and you're going through the meadow and you want to sniff some delicious flowers. So you can watch me do the first round and then we'll do 5 rounds together. So as a bunny breathes in, they have 3 short sniffs. So, and exhale, breathe out. Again, the bunny breathes in, again, 3 short breaths and 1 long breath out. So breathe in and breathe out. Beautiful. Let's do those 5 together. So we'll count. I'll use my hand here and we'll count down, all right? So breathe in, sniff, sniff, sniff. Breathe out. Good job. Breathe in. Breathe out. Beautiful work. 3 more to go. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Last one. Make this your best bunny breath. Breathe in. Breathe out. Beautiful job. Bringing those hands now just in front of you to plant. So to close your eyes. And maybe we'll try just a couple of bunny breaths on our own. So breathing in. Breathe out. One more. Breathe in. Breathe out. Beautiful job. Just finding now your regular breath in and out. Breathe in. Fill your belly. Breathe out. Allow your belly button to come towards your back, towards your spine. Breathe in. Fill like a balloon. Breathe out. Allow that balloon to deflate. Beautiful job. All right, let's open our eyes here, and we'll start to come up into what we call tabletop. So coming onto all fours, imagine that you could, place 2 chairs underneath your table and have a little snack here. So our back is long, our hands come out like stars here, and we want to find our shoulders over our wrists and our hips over our knees. So here in this pose, we'll start to drop our belly button toward the mat. You'll lift your tailbone or your booty to the sky and look to the sky. This is called cow pose. Breathe in. As you breathe out, begin to become a scaredy cat. Let's round our back to the sky. Look under at your belly button. Breathe in, coming back to cow. Drop your belly button. Lift your booty to the sky. Look up. Breathe out. Press into your hands, lifting the back to the sky. Look underneath for that belly button. Cat pose. 2 more. Breathe in. Find your cow. And then on your exhale, find your cat. Last one. Breathe in. Drop your belly. Maybe this time you make the sound of a cow. So moo. And breathe out. Maybe you make a scaredy cat sound. Like, meow. Perfect. All right, imagine yourself coming back to that tabletop here. We'll find our knees to come out wide. Our big toes are going to kiss, and then start to press your booty over your heels, coming into what we call child's pose or balasana in yoga. Bringing your forehead to the mat, you're going to reach your arms out long, walking your fingers away from you. Breathing in, imagine filling that balloon. Maybe you fill that belly balloon and you can feel it on the sides of your thighs, sides of your legs. And breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in, walk your hands to one side. So creating a little bit of almost a half moon shape, kind of like a little banana. Breathe in here. Breathe out. Breathe in, come back through center. And then go to the other side this time. Create that little half moon shape with your body. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Come back to center. And then find your table. Beginning to tuck your toes. We'll lift our hips to the sky, so pretend to be an upside down V or maybe like a mountain. We call this downward facing dog in yoga. So as this is our first downward facing dog, you may start to feel this in the backs of your legs. And what you can do is start to bend one knee and then straighten it and bend the other leg. And we call this walking the dog. So maybe you walk your dog rather slowly, or maybe your dog is really moving and you start to walk those feet a little faster. And then when you're ready, just begin to press into the hands. Allow your belly to almost reach toward your thighs, toward the tops of your legs there. Breathe in here and shake your head yes. Like, yes, I would like some ice cream later. And then maybe shake your head no. No, I don't want to clean my room. Yeah, perfect. All right. Begin to breathe and look to your thumbs. Walk those toes all the way slowly, slowly to the top of your mat. Begin to bend those legs and allow your hands to come on either elbow. Begin to draw with an imaginary string, a line from your head all the way to the floor. And you just hang here. Kind of hanging upside down. Maybe you sway side to side. Or maybe you stay still. These are all your choices. In yoga, we say that there's nothing you have to do. You get to choose what feels good for you. Bring your hands down to the mat. Start to straighten those legs. We'll find our arms out to either side. So imagine you're making a T with your body, and then lift your arms all the way up. Breathe in, stretch long. Breathe out, dive all the way down, back into that forward fold. Breathe in, imagine that tabletop. Walk those fingers to your shins or to your calves, right underneath your knees. Press your hands into your legs. Make that tabletop back, look forward. Breathe out, plant your hands, make those star shape on the floor, and step your feet to the back of the mat. We're coming into what we call plank pose, so you may have done this before, but begin to allow your heels, so the backs of your feet, to come toward your mat or dial them down toward the floor. Press into those star hands so your body is long and strong, and imagine tying your shoes, but tying up your belly. Tie them really tight, so start to tighten your belly, and then begin to find your knees, come down to your belly. Bring your hands next to the upper ribs here, just right in the middle, almost toward, like in the middle of your belly. I think that's right. All right, and then start to draw those chicken wings in toward one another. Press into your hands, lifting up. We call this Cobra Pose. So maybe you make the sound of a snake here, and you gently move side to side. And slither that snake all the way down. Begin to tuck your toes. Maybe you come to a tabletop. And then press up your back to that downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Maybe you walk your dog again, so maybe a slow walk for that dog. Or maybe your dog's on that fast jog. You do, again, what feels really good for you. And then find that dog standing still. He needed a break. Begin to look towards your thumbs. Walk your feet to the top of your mat. Forward fold. Breathe in, walk those hands to the middle of your legs, just underneath the knees, pressing into your legs. Reach your back long. Breathe out, fold. This time we'll bring our hands into our hips. Start to lift up halfway. Imagine we just did this pose. So we're reaching that back long and lift all the way up. Beautiful, standing here. Nice. Making a big circle with our hands, bring them up over the head. Palms will meet, coming down to our heart. We're going to start to heel toe our feet. We're coming into Froggy Squat here. So just make your stance a bit wider. Your toes are going to point out, and your heels are going to point in almost toward one another. We'll breathe in, reach the head long. Imagine that imaginary string to the ceiling. And as you breathe out, come into your Froggy Squat. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Begin to sit that froggy down, and we'll find the bottoms of our feet to kiss this time. So coming into butterfly pose. As those feet kiss, maybe you find your hands around your toes and start to gently flap your butterfly wings. Maybe your eyes are closed and you're starting to imagine your butterfly flying through the meadows. Maybe you think of the color of your butterfly, the color of the flowers your butterfly might be smelling or landing on. And then begin to imagine your butterfly needing just a little break in the shape. So maybe your wings are still flapping and they start to flap slower and slower as you find that beautiful shade. And then finally they stop and you eyes can come to open. We'll find our hands outside our knees to help our legs in, our butterfly wings coming all the way together. And then we'll start to reach our legs long out in front of us. Our arms can come out as if we're holding onto a beach ball here. And then we'll begin to slowly, slowly help ourselves all the way down. Reaching our arms over our head. Point the toes, reach long, 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 get really tall. And then draw those knees into your chest. Give yourself a really tight hug. Maybe you rock side to side. And then find one foot at the bottom of the mat, and then the other. We'll reach our arms out to either side. And as we begin to end our practice, we'll start to tighten our fists. So bring your hands into a fist and tighten, tighten, tighten those fists. Really, really, really tight as you can go. And then begin to release the hands. Start to tighten your arms. Tighten, tighten, tighten. Yes, yes, yes. A little tighter, you can do it. And then release. Begin to find your shoulders starting to tighten. So bring those shoulders maybe to your ears. Really squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And then allow your shoulders to release. What about your toes? We forgot our legs. Let's go down to our toes. Start to tighten, tighten, tighten your feet. Tighten those toes, curl them under. And then start to release. Begin to tighten your legs. Maybe you find that your knees start to come up toward your body, toward your face. And then start to release those knees down. Release your legs. Tighten our bellies. Really, really make those muscles tight, tight, tight. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. And then release. The last part is your face. So start to scrunch your eyes, scrunch that bunny nose, scrunch your forehead, really make them tight, and then release your face. All right, our whole body here. Let's tighten everything as tight as you can. Really give me your best, and then release it all. Starting to find maybe that little bunny breath that we started with. 3 quick breaths in. And 1 long breath out. Or maybe you just breathe in the natural rise and fall of your belly as you breathe in and out. Three rounds of breath. Counting as you go. And then maybe you start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. And maybe your arms come up over the head. You reach long, long, long. Before finding those knees coming into your chest, giving yourself another long hug. And then finding a crisscross applesauce position on your mat. So whether you start to rock up and down your spine like a little roly-poly bug, or maybe you just come onto your side and find that crisscross applesauce position. Sukhasana in yoga, keeping your eyes closed. Bring your hands up and over, draw that same circle, palms kiss above the head. And then draw those hands back down into your heart. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me today and allowing me to share my practice with you. Love you so much and can't wait to see you again in another class. Bye.